Access Games.
The balance of power will change. The oppressor will be oppressed. Terrorists. That's a matter of perspective. Those who hold the reins of power aren't labeled as terrorists. The weak-minded worship the government. It is political messianism. We refuse to be bullied by bureaucrats, fools, and liars. You've been warned. There is one way out of hell. Repent, confess your sins, and you will live.
Let's begin the briefing. Phantom's assignment is to disarm Enigma, the terrorist cell hiding out in Wolfgang Castle. Enigma's bioweapon, Lauder, must be found and destroyed. Bishop and Sheila, you run the op. Nicholas, you stand by as support. Our friend, Michael, is already in the castle. Make contact with him ASAP. His intel is crucial to your mission. The CIA is deploying Delta Force from Langley. They'll create a diversion from the lakeside. That should buy you time to get to the terrorists' headquarters. Enigma's ambitions are global. You must stop them at any cost. It's up to Phantom. The fate of the world rests with you.
Let me tell you about Halo. Move your body forward, backward, left, and right. That's it. Now adjust the target cursor until it lines up with your target. There are anti-aircraft sensors around the target. Open your chute directly over the target. If not, it's curtains. Got it? Look at your altimeter. Open your parachute between 3,000 and 1,500 feet. Yank that sucker open. Hold the square button down to grab the ripcord handle. Release the button to pull the cord, and your parachute will open. If you open it above 3,000 feet, the enemy will see you. Mission over. If you open it too late, you're roadkill. Don't screw up. 1,500 feet is the deadline. Any lower, you're dead. Got that? See you on the ground. Perfect. You've got it. Now stay on target. Forget the storm. Watch the altimeter. Almost in range. Get ready to open your chute. You went past the deadline. How am I going to explain this to HQ? Got it. Now stay on target. Forget the storm. Watch the altimeter. You're almost in range. Get ready to open your chute. Time has come. Anything could happen on a night like this. Still going in?
I'm ready for it. There's no turning back for me now.
Whatever you want.
Okay then, let's get on with it. Bishop? Nothing. Never mind. I'll go in ahead. You come in behind.
Roger.
Back in the hole.
Back in the hole.
Move the camera with the right analog stick. It's useful for spying. Press and release the triangle button quickly. You can empty your hands or switch between the tools you're using. Enemy soldier ahead. Use the L1 button to get past the guards. Press the L1 button to blend into the wall.
So far, so good. I'll go in, you two follow.
spider grips, put them on. Hug a wall, jump, and press the L1 button in midair. Time it right, and you'll cling to the ceiling. Spider grips, put them on. Hug a wall, jump, and press the L1 button in midair. Time it right, and you'll cling to the ceiling.
Something. The maps don't show any activity. Just the phantom obvious.
Sound the alarm! Roger. Alert all areas. We have an intruder.
So far, so good. I'll go in, you two follow.
Spider grips, put them on. Hug a wall, jump, and press the L1 button in midair. Time it right, and you'll cling to the ceiling. disguise. Here's how it's done. Watch and learn. Take a photo of a soldier with a 3DA camera. Find a barrel or a small room to hide in and change into the soldier. You can walk around like you own the joint.
Perfect disguise. Remember that technique. It will save your neck, my friend. You look like a soldier. Now walk the walk, talk the talk. If you get caught, this whole charade will be for nothing. Use shortcuts to get around. Your routes may be barred. Don't use your phantom spy tools. They're a dead giveaway. Now get going.
Intruder alert! We've got him, sir. Report to the chapel? Roger.
out of here! Get the prisoner! Retreat!
Those goons grabbed Nicholas. He cracks, Swery. Nick's tough. He'll survive. I suggest you get a move on. Here's the plan. Exit through the ventilation shaft. In there. Stay safe. I'll meet you on the other side. They've cut off your exit. They know we're here. Move it! There's the chapel. In there. It's commanders and high-ranking officers only. Disguise yourself as an officer to gain access. Use the 3DA camera. Locate an officer and take his photo. Change into the officer ASAP. If your disguise isn't complete, the system won't let you in. And get a good shot from the front, showing the officer's face. See you in the chapel, if you succeed.
Even if the accuracy of these sensors was improved, they only... Even if the accuracy of these sensors was improved...
Intruder! Someone help me! Roger. Move out. There you are. The intruder has escaped. All teams, search the area. All clear. Baggage on the run. All areas, maintain alert status. Strike Squadron, move out! We might have an intruder. All teams, search the area. All clear. Search Squadron, return to position. Guard Squadrons, be on the alert. Halt! Intruder! Someone help me! Roger, Strike Squadron, move out! There you are! You can't hide from me! There you are! You can't hide from me!
Such frail, pathetic creatures.
Huh?
They're so predictable, so easily tempted.
Granted. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So, how does it feel to meet the real Dietrich?
Let's go!
I'm going to the airship now. I leave the dirty work to you.
With pleasure. Don't fight. Stand still now. I've arranged a delightful show for you. Something special.
Nicholas!
Beautiful, isn't it? But something missing.
No!
That's it! Blood! Was a sacrifice! Yes!
You bastard!
What did you say? What did you call me?
You'll never be forgiven for all your atrocities.
In heaven, everyone's forgiven. But he will go to hell.
No!
Oh, poor baby. Didn't you like that?
Good morning. Let's skip the formalities and begin the briefing. Your mission is to conduct an investigation of Nanotechdyne Inc., the pharmaceutical company. On the surface, it seems to be a legitimate corporation, but we suspect they're developing illegal biochemical weapons. You must break into their computer to verify our intelligence. Time is of the essence. Launch the mission tonight. Here's the strategy for cracking the computer's security. I'll begin with what we know. 2 items are required to gain access. The first is the retinal scan of Dr. Forrest Kaysen. He designed the system so that he alone can use the terminals. The computer is activated when his retinal scan is verified by the system. Use your retina scanner to acquire a scan without his knowledge. Set up the retina scanner on the electron microscope in the Level 2 lab. Press the circle button when Kaysen is using the microscope. The scanner will automatically scan and relay the data to you. The second item is Kaysen's password. You will need this for file transfers. You'll have to eavesdrop to find it. When you get the retinal scan and Kaysen's password, we're in. Go to the rendezvous in the underground parking lot for extraction. Samuel is working inside as our mole. Find him to find out what he knows. Do you understand? One more thing. Supplies have been deposited at dead drops around the building. A friend called the Middleman stashed them for us. Search under desks, inside chests, and so on to find supplies. If there's something you need, garbology might be effective.
Can't hear what they're saying. Get closer. Press the L1 button next to the person you want to hear. You can tune in on everything to the slightest whisper. Test it on those guys.
Did you hear? Dr. Kaysen won 3rd prize in the Cowgirl Lotto last month.
Tickets are $100 a pop. How could he blow that much every Thursday? He'd go broke.
Yep. He's dropped a bundle.
I'm sick of this. Graveyard shift is the pits. Who needs the aggravation? Only authorized personnel allowed beyond this point.
1 moment. I'll open the doors. There you go.
You're late, kiddo. What's wrong? Oh, this? Looks good, doesn't it? Fooled everyone. No one suspects I'm a spy. Okay, kid, here's what Cookie knows. The electron microscope's in the level 2 lab. You need a level 2 keycard to get in. Security's tight. Be careful. Contact the middleman to get that level 2 keycard. He's been snooping around for HQ. Protect him. He's sticking his neck out for us. Hook up with the middleman in the level 1 lab locker room. Sit there reading the Sports Weekly. He'll spot you and make contact. What? Why Sports Weekly? He's a football fan, of course. He stashed the Sports Weekly in the smoking area. It's to your right as you leave the cafeteria. The level 1 lab is past the smoking area, beyond the foyer. You got that? Okay, kid, here's what Cookie knows. The electron microscope's in the level 2 lab. You need a level 2 keycard to get in. Security's tight. Be careful. Contact the middleman to get that level 2 keycard. He's been snooping around for HQ. Protect him. He's sticking his neck out for us. Hook up with the middleman in the level 1 lab locker room. Sit there reading the Sports Weekly. He'll spot you and make contact. What? Why Sports Weekly? He's a football fan, of course. He stashed the Sports Weekly in the smoking area. It's to your right as you leave the cafeteria. The level 1 lab is past the smoking area, beyond the foyer. You got that? Take this keycard. You'll need it to get into the level 1 lab.
If you get lost, look at the map. You can view a map of the facility by holding down the triangle button to access the menu. Shows your position and your goal for the mission. Your backpack is a GPS locator.
Cason's going on the Metropolis again. He weighs 300 pounds. How does that ship get off the ground?
I wonder when Dr. Coleman's coming back. This place has gone to the dogs.
Kason, a genius? He can't come up with a simple password. He has to use a lottery ticket.
I love night shift. With Dr. Coleman gone, I can light up whenever I want. Here's to you, Dr. Kixon.
You've got the Sports Weekly. Now go to the locker room and wait for the middleman. Press the triangle button to select the Sports Weekly. Don't be so nervous. He's on our side.
Are you a fan? Here's the level 2 keycard. It will get you into the level 2 lab. You can get there from the second floor of the cafeteria. Use the card at the hallway door and you're in the clear. Got it? Oh yeah, I've done some investigating. Dr. Kaysen buys a Cowgirl Lotto ticket every Thursday. He uses the number as the password. There's a new ticket every week. Get the current one. Then do me a big favor. Return the keycard. It's a royal pain to file a lost item report.
Kaysen met with some shady-looking characters yesterday. This used to be a respectable...
I've got intel from Samuel. Kaysen goes to the cafeteria at the same time every night. Samuel says it's his only exercise. He's going to the cafeteria any minute now. Set up the retina scanner while he's there. He can't suspect anything when he returns.
I'm worth 1,000,000 Colemans. It's one thing to find a new virus, another to realize... I'm worth 1,000,000 Colemans. It's one thing to find a new virus, another to realize its potential. That's true genius.
Some equipment room. Look at all this stuff. Kaysen could hide anything in here. Look for the password.
Kaysen, a genius? He can't come up with a simple password yet.
How come the password changes every Thursday? It happens on Thursdays.
Kaysen's a lotto junkie. His ticket is the password into the system.
That's taking a big gamble.
Kaysen, a genius? He can't come up with a simple password. He has to use a lottery ticket.
The current lotto ticket. We've got the password. Good job. The current lotto ticket. We've got the password. Good job. Now we need Kaysen's retina scan. Time to set up the retina scanner on the Level 2 lab electron microscope.
I want to go home. What's Kaysen got against me? I hate night shifts, but if I complain, he'll fire me. Dr. Coleman was such a little angel. Excuse me, only Dr. Kaysen has clearance.
Research calls. Open the door for me, Tootsie.
Sure, just a sec. You're welcome.
Kaysen's a crook. Dr. Coleman discovered that virus. Suddenly Dr. Coleman's gone, and Kaysen's taken all the credit.
There's the electron microscope. Set up the retina scanner. Stat. Kaysen is returning. Hide. Watch him carefully. Hold down the circle button when he looks into the microscope. Timing is everything. The scanner will relay the image instantly. When it does, leave. Got it?
Coleman's virus is
Great. Now we can access the computer. It's almost shift change. Time to move out. Go to the rendezvous in the underground parking lot.
Case had met with some Case had met with some shady-looking characters yesterday. This used to be a respectable company. Now he's dealing with hoods.
Got a problem. There's too much interference. We can't get a clear signal from the retina scanner. Retrieve it before Kaysen finds it.
Hold on. Security's been alerted. Go up to the Level 2 lab and retrieve the retina scanner. Hurry, before it's discovered.
No time to waste. Get moving!
Send reinforcements! There's an intruder!
lost contact with one of ours. All squadrons, maintain posts.
Everything's under control. Go back to the rendezvous.
Cookie asks a million questions a day. He's too curious for his own good. If he doesn't shut his mouth, I'll shut it for him.
Maybe he's an industrial spy.
He's an industrial straight pain in the neck.
Come on, kid, jump in.
Let's begin. Nanotechdyne Inc. may have a new weapon, but we need hard evidence. You must access their computer and find the relevant files. The computer is located in the high security zone. It's protected by a security system designed by Kaysen. It will be a miracle if you break in and get the files. Michael's on the case. Locate him once you're in. Michael reports that you need special optical discs for the data transfer. They are in the Level 2 lab. Acquire the discs before you enter the high security zone. This is your mission. Do you understand? There are 2 ways in, via the Wing A rooftop or via the underground parking lot. Choose your route. In your last mission, you went through the underground parking lot, but now the place is crawling with guards. It's dangerous. Are you still interested? There are 2 ways in. Use a ventilation shaft to enter the Wing A rooftop. You must rappel down 40 meters at a time. Are you still interested? Go to the rendezvous on the Wing A rooftop when the mission's complete. After transferring the data, climb the ladder in the passageway and get to the roof.
Select Repelling Kit from the item menu and approach the edge. Your cable will extend as you move into position. They did teach you repelling at the farm. spider. Move the left analog stick down to let out your cable. Move the left analog stick up to take it in. Turn yourself around by moving left or right. If you're in trouble, press the L1 button to hold your body straight. And be careful not to break the infrared laser beams. Descend like a...
There's lots of equipment in the lab, but I've got the really important stuff in my pocket. How's that for high-tech security?
Just walk in, it's too dangerous. guard looks nervous. He could be carrying something valuable.
Found a sig torch. It's a flare disguised as a cigarette. Hold down the square button and let go to throw it. Essential gear. It lights up dark underground areas. How's about a little gratitude, buddy? below you. Kaysen designed the security system himself. It's state-of-the-art, deadly. There's no room for error. Kaysen installed infrared motion detectors. Laser beams respond instantly if they're interrupted. One touch, and you're busted. There are floor pressure detectors covering the entire floor. They detect a change in pressure of 0.025 grams. A single drop of water will set them off. Stay suspended. Don't touch the floor. Don't even breathe. Finally, the heat detectors. By far the most dangerous. To prevent the computer from overheating, the room is kept at a constant 62 degrees. Sensors react to a 1 degree change. But don't sweat it. You'll have help. Cooling spray will keep you from setting off the alarm. Before going in, select it from the item menu and use it. It will keep your body heat from warming the air in the room. Break through all 3 systems before it wears off. If the cooling spray wears off before you're done, go through the ceiling and spray it on again. Got all that? Kaysen installed infrared motion detectors. Laser beams respond instantly if they're interrupted. One touch, and you're busted. There are floor pressure detectors covering the entire floor. They detect a change in pressure of 0.025 grams. A single drop of water will set them off. Stay suspended. Don't touch the floor. Don't even breathe. Finally, the heat detectors. By far the most dangerous. To prevent the computer from overheating, the room is kept at a constant 62 degrees. Sensors react to a 1 degree change. But don't sweat it. You'll have help. Cooling spray will keep you from setting off the alarm. Before going in, select it from the item menu and use it. It will keep your body heat from warming the air in the room. Break through all 3 systems before it wears off. If the cooling spray wears off before you're done, go through the ceiling and spray it on again. Got all that? To boot up the computer, use the optical disc before you turn it on. Then follow the prompts. Enter Kaysen's password. It's the number on the current lotto ticket. Check it before booting up. Can you remember all that? If you make it out alive, don't forget to thank me.
Type pretty cowboy, or I'll head you off at the password. It's Cowgirl Kathy. Type pretty cowboy, or I'll head you off at the password.
You've logged onto the computer. Now we can get the proof we need. What's that emblem? It looks familiar. I'll have HQ check it out. Transfer complete. Collect the optical disc. I'll meet you at the rendezvous. Mission accomplished. Hurry to the Wing A rooftop rendezvous. There's an emergency ladder in the main passageway. Climb up the ladder and head for the rooftop. It's that passage you passed on the way in. Good work. Now watch your back. Spotted. Find a new escape route. Climb out of the shaft and onto the veranda. I'll make contact when you're there.
Hey, a bandage bomb. Looks like a normal bandage, but it's really an explosive device. It arms itself when you equip it. Press the square button to place it. Yep, it's a beauty, all right. Enjoy it.
There's a glider pack at the Wing B rooftop dead drop. Cross the connecting bridge and head toward the roof. The bridge is heavily guarded. Scale the outside wall and don't get caught. Watch out. There's a small animal defense system on the outside wall. It keeps out all kinds of vermin. 60 megavolts vaporizes your average rat. One touch and you're barbecued.
What bird in his right mind would land on an electrified wall? Heaven help the bird that tries. One zap, and it's bye-bye bird.
Your character may crouch at any time by pressing and holding the L1 button. To walk away from the wall and remain crouched, continue to hold the L1 button and then press the L3 button. To perform a forward roll, first crouch by holding the L1 button. Now press forward on the left analog stick and then press the X button. To perform a side roll, crouch, now press left or right on the left analog stick and then press the X button. To perform a backflip, crouch by holding L1. Now quickly press backward on the left analog stick and then press the X button. To creep along a wall, crouch against the wall by holding the L1 button. Then, while holding the L1 button, press the left analog stick either left or right to move in that direction. To peek around a corner, crouch against the wall by holding the L1 button. Now walk to the end of the wall. Once the character has reached the end, continue to hold the left analog stick in that same direction, and the character will peek around the corner. During the game, the player has complete control over the camera and can adjust it around their character at any time. To adjust the camera, simply move the right analog stick in any direction. The camera may be adjusted while the player is standing still or moving. To quickly center the camera, tap the R2 button. In some situations, it may be necessary to walk instead of run. To walk, slightly press the left analog stick forward. Pressing the left analog stick up completely will cause your character to run. To stop moving, release the left analog stick or return it to a neutral position. There are two types of jumps available, a regular jump and a long jump. To perform a regular jump, press the X button. If you perform a jump under a ledge, your character will automatically grab that ledge. To pull yourself up onto the surface, press up on the left analog stick. To perform a long jump, step back from the point you wish to jump, then run towards the target and press the X button. To pull yourself up onto the surface, press up on the left analog stick. If the player is rendered unconscious, a ring of stars will spin above the player's head. To revive your character, quickly toggle the left analog stick until the character gets up and returns to their feet.
Search for the glider pack at the rooftop dead drop, but watch your back.
That's a security tank. It's an ID tag for the security guards on duty here. Use it at any security terminal in the building. You can manipulate the most wanted intruders list. And, if you're really clever, you may be able to control the alarm system. How's about a little gratitude, buddy?
The intruder has escaped. All teams, search the area. All squadrons, return to positions.
Got to find the glider pack. Search again. It's at the dead drop.
Your mission, Phantom, is to discover the relationship between Nanotechdyne Incorporated and the Metropolis airship. Dr. Kaysen is a regular passenger. He is also a compulsive gambler, but his trips on the Metropolis are of a more sinister nature. The executive manager of the ship is Hong Kong industrialist Kelly Wong. Her dealings with the Hong Kong underground and the black market are legendary. We suspect she is sponsoring Nanotechdyne's new biochemical weapon. Kaysen and Wong are working together. It's up to you to prove it. I want the team in place by 11:30. Wong is giving a speech in the casino. Shadow both marks. I want to know when they are meeting and where. Understand? One more thing. Your suits are equipped with special recorders for eavesdropping. Record the voice data of the individual you want to impersonate. You'll look and sound just like them. The recorders could save your lives.
This is a boomerang card. It looks like an ordinary playing card, but its edges are razor sharp. Hold down the square button and let go to throw it. It'll take your head off, man.
What's the holdup? There's supposed to be a speech at 11:30. With so many things to do on this ship, who wants to listen to it? What's the holdup? There's supposed to be a speech at 11:30. With so many things to do on this ship, who wants to listen to a speech? Got the flash pencil. It's a pocket-sized grenade that releases a blinding flash of light. It's perfect for a quick getaway. Hold down the square button and let go to throw it. You can thank me later.
Let's go. I don't want to miss the speech. It's in the casino, right?
Relax. What's the hurry?
Let's go. I don't want to miss the speech. It's in the casino, right?
Relax. What's the hurry?
It's that Kelly Wong. What a fox. If the slit on her skirt went any higher, woo.
Neanderthal.
There's a vent open in the ladies' room. I wonder if I should tell someone.
authorized personnel allowed beyond this point. No, I don't have the time. Get back to your post. Only authorized personnel allowed beyond this point. Authorized personnel only.